Exercise, squats. Put the band on around your legs, bring it to about mid-thigh, okay, above the knees, but you can have it on the bottom half of the thigh if that feels more comfortable. Make sure that you have a band that has enough resistance to challenge you, but not so much resistance that you're not being able to open your knees up. The goal of this exercise is going to be 100% of the time to have your knees out, okay? So you're pushing those knees out 100% of the time. You're pushing them out as you go down, and you're pushing them out as you come up, all right? So stance will be, start at a little bit wider than hips width apart, with your toes slightly pointing outward. This is the beginning stance. From here, change it to fit your needs. So we want stability. Whatever is the most sturdy stance for you is what I want you to achieve. In this case, this is the sturdier stance for me. Now, I want a big chest. Flatten your back, tighten your core, and go down as your knees open up to the sides, okay? Nice and controlled descend. So you're going at a nice slow speed, down and up. Try to focus on applying as much of the strain on your quads and your glutes as possible, keeping your chest up through the entire time as you push into your entire foot to push yourself out of the hole being the depth that you're going, okay? From the side, same stance, a little bit wider than hips width apart, toes pointed out, nice flat back, roll your shoulders down, bring your chest up with your knees out, down you go, okay? Now, if that feels uncomfortable, widen your stance a little bit, all right? And then down again. You can have your hands here in front of you. You can have them out in front of you. For stability, you can go ahead and hold on to something to help you achieve the high big chest with the flatter back while still having your knees out in both directions. Now, notice I am still tilting forward a little bit, okay? That is fine as long as I'm keeping a big chest, my back is flat, and I'm going as low as I physically can, okay? So we're here. How would you create a more difficult version of this? You go deeper, okay? So in this case, for me to go deeper, I point my toes out even further, and then I'm able to reach a lower depth, pushing through all of my feet, my whole foot on both sides, keeping my chest nice and big and my back flat. I push away from the ground and come up, okay? Like that. Now, to decrease the severity of this exercise, we would use a chair. First would be holding on to something. Second would be the chair. The goal is not to sit and relax in the chair. The goal is to touch it so you have a marker to where you are trying to go. So down you go with your knees up and out, your chest big and up. You go down nice and slow, and you touch the chair with your bum, and up you go. Now, if you scoot back a little bit so that you can actually sit in the chair, you can go down, sit for a split second, and then come up. In this scenario, I really want you to avoid tilting forward and going up. Your goal is to use your legs. If you come down and you sit, and then all of a sudden you use your torso to bring yourself up and over, you're not using your legs or your bum anymore. So big chest, flat back, tight core, down and back up. Always knees pointing out. Now, when I say your knees need to point out, I don't mean stand with your feet to the side and now your knees are out. I mean you actively push your knees out to the side as you do the movement. If I go narrow and I put my toes out, my knees are naturally out because my feet are naturally out. But when I go down, they can come in if you don't fight it. You need to open them up and go down. Okay? Now, your body will naturally be able to go lower the wider you stand. So be aware of that. Find what works the best for you and what gives you the best burn and workout on your quads and glutes.